Meal Planning Mama here. I'm getting ready to make creamy tomato soup from last year's Bounty. I'm trying Summer Bounty. I'm trying to get a lot of these things used up. So in this pot right here, I'm getting ready to put in stock that I made from a pastured, free-range, non-GMO chicken that I purchased from a local farm. We used the chicken meat for something else, and then I rendered the bones down with some apple cider vinegar for probably, I don't know, maybe even more than 24 hours. And I allowed it to cool, and then I bagged it up. And I like to use these for different things, and so today I'm going to use it for the creamy tomato soup that I'm getting ready to make. So I'm going to get these bags opened up and into this pot, and then I also have this, and this is fresh basil. And last year I used my Ninja to blend it up with a little bit of olive oil, and then I froze it into these little pucks. So I'm going to add some of this. I'm not sure exactly how much yet, but I'm going to add some of this to our soup. So I have a ton of frozen tomatoes downstairs. They were fresh. I froze them fresh, and we're going to use those. So my kettle is heating up. I'm going to boil this water and then pour it over my tomatoes to split the skin so that I can get the soup made. So I'm going to show you how this process is going to go. So here I have a gallon-sized bag of tomatoes, fresh tomatoes that I froze. So I'm going to pour these over into my colander so that I can pour the boiling water over the top to split the skins, and I'll show you how that works. So my water's ready, so here we go over to the sink where I have the tomatoes in my colander. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pour these over to split the skins, and see they're already starting to split. So now I'm going to show you how to get the skins off. Okay, the boiling water split the skin, and then you can just see how it just easily pulls off. And then I'm going to just chunk them over there in that bowl, and then I'm going to chop them up in a minute. But the skins just literally peel right off. I'll show you this big one, how it just comes off. Okay, here are my tomatoes with no skins. So now I'm going to dice them up, put them over in my stock pot where my chicken stock has started melting. So I changed my mind. I didn't dice them up. I just put them in there whole. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do after they start cooking down a little bit. I'm going to add one of my basil pucks in now. My basil is in. You can see it right there. And these are pretty pungent, so I'm not going to put any more than one right now. We're going to start with that and see how it goes. So as this cooks, I'll let you see what the process looks like. I'm going to add a couple of pinches of Himalayan salt to this and some organic black pepper. I just added a half a tablespoon of organic onion powder to the pot as well. I just sampled this, and to me it tastes like it needs a little more salt. So I'm going to add a little more Himalayan salt to the pot and a tablespoon of organic cane sugar to cut the acidity of the tomatoes. Now I'm going to let this simmer for at least 30 minutes and reduce a little bit, and then I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to show you how I finish it off. It's been cooking for about 15 minutes, and you can see, you can see the line on the pot from where it's reduced. So it's reducing nicely. I'm going to let it go at least another 15 minutes, and then we're going to check it. And you can see the tomatoes have just dissolved. So it's been going for about 30 minutes now, and it has reduced about a couple of inches. So I'm actually going to remove it from the heat now and add some heavy cream from raw milk that we purchased. The reason why I removed it from the heat is because I don't want to break the cream. And sometimes if you pour cream into something that has a rolling boil and is extremely hot, then it will become grainy. So I removed it off, and I'm going to let it calm down for just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add the heavy cream in, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I've tempered my cream a little bit by putting some of the hot soup into the cream so it doesn't curdle when I pour it in. So I'm adding the heavy cream in now, and I'm going to give it a stir. So this is the finished product, the creamy tomato basil soup from last summer's bounty, and I will serve this with crackers or crusty bread and some fresh shaved Parmesan cheese. Yummy.